What is going on, guys? This is Eski here and I'm bringing you guys my week 6. This is a cross division battle. We are in the red division. Our opponent is gonna be Magma Pulse of the Chaos Hydreigons. And his team is as follows. He has Latias, Rose Raid, Mega Galate, Suicune, Porygon 2, Golbat, Magnezone, Slurpuff, Dragalg, and Azelf. He has a scary offensive team. Before, I think it was 2 weeks ago, he had Mega Lopunny, but for some reason he decided to drop it for Mega Galade, which is even better for me, I'm not gonna lie. Uh, I don't mind that one bit, to be honest, because Mega Lopunny is super scary with her speed. As you guys can see, we have a Kyurem Black, a Jolteon, and a Darmanitan on the team. The reason for that being is that I was talking with Derek, and he wasn't satisfied with the way he was using Kyurem, and I wasn't satisfied the way I was using Victini. So I went to him and I said, "Hey, want to trade Victini for Kyurem Black?" He said, "I kind of want a dragon as well. I would rather trade my Kyurem for another dragon that suits my team." And I was like, "Huh." So I look at my team and I said, "Okay, I can't use Victini, and it's also just that dead weight on my team because I don't know how to use Victini well. So I think I wouldn't uh, I wouldn't be using him to his full potential. So I decided, okay, so let's trade Kyurem for Victini and my Salamas for your Darmanitan. That way we both keep our Dragon and Fire types, and we get two Pokemon that we actually want to use it. And that is exactly what happened. And with that, I decided to drop my regular Kyurem, as you guys know that I had. Uh, and I decided to add Jolteon for the speed and that fast electric type that I was really in need in my team, because my team, my fastest Pokemon would be the likes of Megarvar, Victini, and Samasol and Staraptor all at base 100, and with this I have a Pokemon way over the base 100. Of course I don't have nothing in between the 100 and 130, and that could be a problem, but Jolteon provides an electric immunity and that fast electric type that I was really in need for. And this is our team as of now. We have Kyurem Black, we have Mega Gardevoir, we have Staraptor, Ferrothorn, Umbreon, Donphan, Jellicent, Toxicroak, Jolteon, and Darmanitan. Pretty solid team. We don't have that dark weakness that we had, so my team is not that weak to knock off anymore. But going into this battle, when I say that my team is not that knockoff weak, Magma's team is knockoff weak. He has Latias, super effective. He has Porygon 2 and Golbat that will lose their biggest advantage, which is the Eviolite, and he has an Azelf that can take a knockoff for nothing. So, but I'm not gonna abuse the knockoff like I did against Dylan or the Tactical Monkeys. I have a different strategy against this team. So, first off, let's start off with what I think he's gonna bring. I'm really thinking he's gonna bring Porygon 2, especially defensive Porygon 2, to kinda take. So he has something that he can switch in on my Mega Gardevoir. That. I think it's going to be Porygon 2, Magnezone, a Scarf, Magnet Pull Magnezone. That's what I'm thinking. He might be analytic, which that could be a bit of a problem. I'm also thinking Belly Drum Slurpuff. Belly Drum Slurpuff completely annihilates my team. That's a fact. And I don't have any Scarfers that can be faster than it, but I do have a wee surprise for it if he does get the Belly Drum up. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm thinking Mega Galate, Latias, and maybe either Suicune or whatchamacallit, Azelf. One of those two as his last Pokemon. He could bring the Rose Raid, but Rose Raid, I don't. Apart from stopping Gardevoir, I don't think it does much more to my team. Especially now that I picked up Kyurem and Darmanitan, both that completely bop Rose Raid out of this world. I also have the likes of Staraptor and Toxicroak that can just deal with it pretty easily. So I don't think he'll be bringing Rose Raid. Golbat, it's a possibility, but even if he does bring it, I'm prepared for it. I do have Gardevoir, I have Kyurem, I have Jolteon, especially Darmanitan. A physical defensive Golbat doesn't want to take a Flare Blitz, even if from a non-boosted Darmanitan, so that's a fact. But I don't think he'll be bringing Magnezone. Could be an issue, but I am prepared for it as well. And Dragalge, it can hit super hard, but even a Scarf Dragalge doesn't outspeed them. My base 100, so I'm not too worried about it. Azelf though, if his Scarf could be a problem, but once again I'm also prepared for it. And if his Scarf is not that big of a deal, of a problem as he could be if he was Life Orb or Spec, something like that. But going into my team, first Pokemon that I started building, there was two Pokemon that I started building around, being Gardevoir and Kyurem Black. First off, I had Gardevoir, but as soon as I got my hands on Kyurem Black, I saw the potential for Kyurem Black as well. So this is what I'm bringing. First off, we have Absolute Zero. Actually, I gotta give a space here because when I gen, I had to gen it like this, Absolute Zero. So we have Kyurem Black here, leftovers, substitute Ironhead, Dragon Claw, and Hunt Claws. The reason for that being is that with this set I have max HP, 180 in attack, and 76 in speed. What that means? That means that the likes of I will outspeed Jolly, max speed, Slurpuff, and what I noticed on his team before I forget is that he has a big, and when I say big I mean it, a super big gap in his speed tiers, and he's not gonna be bringing max speed Golbat. If he does bring Golbat, he's not gonna bring max speed Suicune. He's not gonna bring max speed Roserade. If he brings a max speed Roserade, it's gonna be Scarf Roserade, but not too worried about it anyways. But what this enables me to do is just make a Jolly Kyurem. 137 in speed enables me to outspeed Jolly. As I said, Jolly max speed Slurpuff, so I will outspeed it anyways. I can go max HP and 180 in attack. Max HP means that Modest Scald from a 252 Suicune will not break my sub. Porygon 2 will not break my sub unless it's an offensive, which I don't think he'll bring. And even if it's offensive, it depends on the rolls, but I think the roll is in his favor. But sub Kyurem, I can set up against the likes of Suicune, Porygon 2, not Golbat because it does have Infiltrator unfortunately, and even Roserade if it doesn't have, if it's the special defensive variant with the spikes, it doesn't have Sludge Bomb, I will set up against it because Gigalin will not break my sub. And Hunt Claws, it's just there for max power because after one Hunt Claws, Ironhead, Okos, Slurpuff, Dragon Claw, Okos, Dragalge, Azelf, Latias, Roserade, Mega Gallade. I will not Oko Suicune, I will not Oko Golbat or Porygon 2, nor even Magnezone, but I have other things to deal with those. And the other thing that I'm talking about is my girl over here, Gardevoir, Mega Gardevoir, Hidden Power Ground, Hyper Voice, Substitute, and Calm Mind. 252 in HP, 76 in Special Defense, and 180 in speed. What this means is 180 speed outspeeds max speed Roserade, just in case. Max HP and 76 in special defense. Once again, Suicune and Porygon 2 will not be breaking my subs. Roserade, if it doesn't have Sludge Bomb, will not be breaking my sub. So that is pretty good. And also, I will go a bit more in depth with Magnezone a bit later. But as you guys can see, I have Hidden Power Ground, Hyper Voice, Substitute, and Calm Mind. I don't have Psyshock for Roserade, but the thing is, I am pretty confident that I can get at least +2 with my Gardevoir against his team, and +2 already, 2-3 hit KOs Roserade, so I am not worried about it. That just shows you how much powerful Gardevoir is with no special attack investment. It's insane. And the more Calm Minds I get, the more probability I have to sweep his team. If he doesn't bring Roserade, I'll have a field day. To be honest, I don't think he'll bring Roserade that much, so I am not worried about it. That's why I have Hidden Power Ground over Psyshock. I have Hidden Power Ground just for the Magnezone, but I'll go a bit in depth with that a bit later. Next off we have Picos, my Jolteon. I have Picos here because it was the first nickname I ever gave to a Jolteon because it looks like a spiky Pokemon, and Picos means spike in Portuguese, so that's the reason. I have a Flame Orb, weak feet, Jolteon. Yeah, Volt Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, and Hidden Power Ground. Once again, I don't have Hidden Power Rise. Uh, I am still not entirely sure. I already gen the team, but I'm still debating over Hidden Power Ice or Hidden Power Ground. I have Hidden Power Ground because Hidden Power Ice would be just there for the Rose Raid, and I'm not really staying in against Rose Raid anyway, so there is that. As for this EV spread, I have 156 in the speed, which gives me a speed of 187. This means I can outspeed Scarf Magnezone. So if it decides to lead with that, and I leave with my Jolteon as well, Hidden Power Ground, that's a dead Magnezone. Max special attack, 100 in HP, 4 in defense, just leftovers. Quick Feet also enables me to outspeed Belly Drum Slurpuff. So even if he gets a Belly Drum off, I am not one bit worried about it with because I do have this guy in the back that will just outspeed the Slurpuff at +2. So Jolteon also serves as my late game's cleaner after Mega Gardevoir and the Kyurem Black destroy his team in 2 pieces, so Jolteon can just come in and pick up what's left. But this is Jolteon's job. He's here to give me momentum and to outspeed Magnezone and Belly Drum Slurpuff. Next off, we have Lua, my Umbreon. This time bringing Careful Nature because he has a lot of special attackers. His only physical attackers are potentially Azelf, Slurpuff, and Mega Gallade. And apart from Mega Gallade and Azelf, I'll probably not even stay in on the other. So max special defense, walls, Latias, walls, Suicune, not completely walls, but I can take on Suicune, Porygon 2, and even Magnezone much better, and even Dragalge much better. So I have Chopo Berry here. I have Chopo Berry with a Careful Nature because I don't need defense investment to leave close combat with the Chopo Berry, and that means that the Foul Play will KO Mega Gallade, and if it doesn't KO, Sucker Punch will do it. I have Baton Pass because I'm pretty sure that as soon as Umbreon is on the field, he'll try and go into Magnezone, and if I have the possibility to go for Baton Pass and catch that Slurpuff on the switch in, I will do it. I have Moonlight Overwish because I felt that for this matchup, I need the Umbreon to have his health as much as he can, over than trying to wish pass on my team. So this is why I have this kind of Umbreon for this week. After I have my Ferrothorn. Again, special defensive Ferrothorn because first of all, he doesn't have a fire type. Second of all, his only Pokemon that I can see that has a stab super effective move against me is Mega Gallade. I'm not gonna stay in on that, that's for sure. So there's that. Also, Latias, Rose Raid, potentially Suicune, Porygon 2, Golbat, Magnezone, and Dragalge, all of these will have either Power Fire or Heat Wave. Azelf could carry Fire Blast. Originally, I had Anticipation over Iron Barbs because I thought that with Anticipation I could, as you guys can see here, Anticipation says that on switching these Pokemon shoulders, if any other foe has a super effective or a Hoko move. I thought that this ability would also warn me if he had a need a Power Fire, but as I was playtesting, that was not the case because I remember I switched in on one of the mons that Eric was using, and he did have a Eden Power Fire, and the Anticipation didn't kick in, so I said I might as well go with the Iron Barbs instead, because it's a given that Azelf is gonna have a Flamethrower, but I want to scout for Eden Power Fires on the likes of Latias, Suicune, Porygon 2, and especially Dragalge, so I know what I can stay in on. So that was my main reason why I had Anticipation, but since it doesn't warn me from Eden Power moves, I don't think it's worth it. So I do have Iron Barb, oh my god. I had Shed Shell because I'm expecting him to bring Magnum Pool, Magnezone, and if he brings that, and he thinks that I will be, if he brings that and he thinks that he will be able to, whatchamacallit, to to trap my Ferrothorn. He's gonna get a surprise because I'm gonna be able to Shin, and with Magnezone, with the God of War, I will trace the magnet pool, and I will be able to set up Calm Minds on the Eden Power Fire. So that is why I have Shell here. He might be analytic, which could be a problem, but if he is indeed magnet pool, he will, and I'm pretty sure he'll be Scarf for specs. He will be locked in on Eden Power Fire, and I can just Calm Mind, and get the +6, go for my sub, and beat his entire team from there. So that is one of the reasons why I have this combination. But most of all, I don't want to lose my Ferrothorn super soon. As you guys can see, his only way to remove hazards is Latias and Golbat, both by default. He does have some hazard options like Rose Red and Toxic Spikes and Spikes. Even Dragal can use Toxic Spikes and Azelf can go for Rocks. But in all of his battles, he still didn't use hazards, so I'm pretty confident he won't be using against me as well, and I am going to hazard stack if I can with Spikes and Stealth Rocks. I have Garaball and knockoff for the likes of Golbat and Porygon too. Also, just to get rid of some items if I can, Garaball for Azelf, for Latios, Rose Raid, for anything that is faster than me, which is everything. So this is why I have Ferrothorn here. Our last Pokemon is gonna be No Breaks, the Darmanitan, U-Turn, Flare Blitz, Super Power Earthquake, pretty standard set. Adamant Max Speed, Max Attack, Choice Scarf. Originally I had Banded, even with an Adamant nature, but I decided that I don't know why. It says here that I have 8. It should be max. Excuse me. But I don't think it matters too much, just take it easy. What was I gonna say? I had a Choice Band over Choice Scarf on Darmanitan because he has no switch-ins for it. That's as simple as it gets. Even max HP, max defense Suicune completely gets destroyed by Flare Blitz. Not completely, but it won't be. I think it's a 3-hit KO on it. Just so you guys can see. I didn't do the cost. I'm just imagining. Because Flare Blitz Darmanitan hits like a truck. 140 Adamant. Flare Blitz. Oh my god. This guy hits like a truck. What was I saying? What else? But I decided to go with Choice Scarf because it gives me momentum against Gallade, against Azelf, even against Magnezone or what else? Mega Gallade and Latias as well, which I don't think he'll be bringing Scarf Latias. It's definitely gonna be alive for a more defensive Latias, and I can get momentum with U-Turn, Flare Blitz. Super Power is just there after. I knock off the Evilite on Porygon 2, and Earthquake is there for Dragalge and the Magnezone, just so I don't have to get recoiled from Flare Blitz. But this will be the team, guys. My main strategy is to seize control of the battle as soon as I can with either God of War or Kyurem. I'm intending to get a sub with God of War as soon as I can against the Porygon or Suicune, and start going for Calm Minds. I will outspeed Gallade after I Mega Evolve, so even if he brings that, it will just lose to Hyper Voice, and he doesn't have much that can stop my God of War after I set up a sub and start going for Calm Minds, that's for sure. After God of War gets a bit low, depending on the situation, I will probably switch out, and later on I will go for a sub with Kyurem. Probably I won't even need the sub with Kyurem, but this is a strategy: is go for a sub first with the God of War, wall breaking from there, then go for a sub with Kyurem, trying to clean up. And if I don't clean up, I do have Jolteon and Darmanitan in the back that can easily pick up the weak stuff that's left. So this will be all, guys. Me and Magma will be battling today as well, so I'll probably just join these two videos together as usual. But until then, guys, peace.